Hello, welcome to another stash video for 2022. These pieces aren't for bonfire night, these are for a private display that I've got upcoming. They're all 1.4G and for a budget really I went with, well, they're all brothers and Skycrafter, they're the same brand, same company. It gives me an excuse to fire stuff that I haven't necessarily fired before. And for a budget and duration wise, these are actually alright. So yeah, we've got a bit of a mixed bag. I've got a rough running order laid out. Obviously we'll go small to sort of larger. Some are fanned pieces, some aren't. But there's quite a variation of effects, despite them being 1.4G. Some of the newer pieces have got quite a lot of, well, one's got like ghost effect in, and some different colours as well, apart from your standard sort of reds and greens. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. Put it all together and we should have an okay sort of running order. It will go quite slow to start with, but then we'll ramp it up with some of the fan bits. Maybe do a false finale as well. We'll have to see how we go. So yeah, I'll go and walk over and I'll talk you through the pieces and what these, well, I know what they all do. Can I remember what they all do is another matter. So we've got RIP here from Brothers, like I said, 1.4G. You've got 453 grams NEC and it's Cat 2, so you could fire this. I mean, this is going to be fired from about 50-60 meters anyway, but you could fire this in a small garden should you wish to. And it does give you the performance there, so I'll read through it while we go. So it says it's crackling tails to red stars, crackling green wave and blue stars, blue, red, green, yellow tails to blue brocade, red brocade and green brocade, and then blue brocade to whistling tails to crackling. So quite a mixed bag there. Nice to see that it's not just red and green. There's obviously some yellow in there and some blue, so it's nice, and it's got a really good duration as well. Rips the slower cake. They come in a box together, basically rip and roaring. So rips the slower piece and then roaring is a lot quicker. So I think rip's probably about a minute long and roaring's probably about 30 seconds, something like that. So obviously rip will go first, nice slow start, ramp it up with roaring, which is this one. So both 50 shots, but like I say, this one's a lot faster, so it has a more dramatic effect. And we're sort of picking up the pace as we go. So I'll show you the label there. There you go. So the NEC's 487 grams. Again, 1.4G effects. And I'll run through the description. So red tail to red and green stars, blue tail to blue stars and white glittering, purple tail to purple wave, titanium flower tail to red wave, green wave, lemon wave, crackling tail to red, crackling tail to colour stars, crackling tail to crackling. So lots of crackle to finish off with. Nice to see some purple in there, and the pace is really good on that one, like I said. So that'll be second in the running order. And then we've got Surprise here. This is one of the newer ones. There we go. Again, we'll do it in this order, so Surprise first, then New World. So the NEC is 400 grams. Obviously Cat 2 and 1.4G. So what have we got here? In fact, it doesn't have a description on this one, but it certainly seems punchier on the videos I've seen. I can't remember which one's got the ghost effect in. I think this has got like the blue, big blue bursts with gold. I remember that. And New World has got the ghost effect in it, which again, the brakes look quite good. So this is New World, obviously another 50 shotter. Again, standard 400 gram NEC, I don't know if that's right. Seems a bit rounded. for both cakes. Cat 2, and again there's no, like I said, there's no description on there, but I'm pretty sure it's got some ghost effect in it. So they're the small ones out of the way really, and then the plan is to, because obviously they're all straight shots, so we need to pad it out with a bit of fan effect in between. So we'll go with splitter, which I've had before. It's ideal for weddings, this one, I think. It's quite a, I don't know if you can have a romantic looking firework, but it's certainly got a bit of, what's the word? It's got a bit of panache, maybe. It's a bit exquisite. It's a lower noise one. It's got crackling tails, and obviously I have to get crossets in somewhere in a display, even though it's not mine. It's got some lovely red crossets that go down the middle, and I think in a fan effect as well. So it's a lovely piece. It's nice to have this back and fire it again, to be fair. It's probably in my top 5 of crossset fireworks, to be fair, in the UK splitter. So I'll go through the NEC. So NEC wise, we've got 895 grams NEC. It's Cat 3. Obviously it's over 500 grams. Year of manufacture 2021. And there's no breakdown, but like I said, it's like white crackling tails with lovely bright red crossets, which have looked at the videos, pardon me, and this will go really well into Dark Angel, because the first phase of Dark Angel has got some nice red peonies, so it will go from white and red to white and red. I think there's comet tails as well, so it will tie in really well, and then it goes into obviously all the usual sort of sets, and it's straight shot as well. It's not fanned, this one. So it's got a decent amount of NEC, nearly a kilo, so 960 grams NEC there. Performance wise, here you go. Like I said, silver whistling tail. It's whistling all the way through, sorry I forgot to mention that. So silver whistling tail to red stars, silver whistling tail to green stars, and silver whistling tail to crackling. So it's, you know, its pace is okay on it, to be fair. Again, duration wise, it's about a minute. Most of these cakes are about a minute long, apart from the odd one, which you know, are a lot quicker, and they go in about 30 seconds. But predominantly, they're all about a minute in duration, which, for my purposes, it will pad out the display no end. So it's really good. So never fired Dark Angel before. I suppose there are quite a lot of whistling cakes to sort of brocades and whatnot at the moment, but this is one of the earlier ones. This was out a lot before some of the newer ones, like is it Spunky Monkey from Celtic, etc. And obviously it's a smaller bore anyway, so the effects are going to be different. Anyway, well, the height should be quite good on these, to be fair. And then that leads into similar size cake, but different effects. OMG from Brothers. Never fired this before. It's been on the market many years now. I've never tried it, and now I've got the perfect excuse to see what they're good. If any of these are particularly good, I'll be having these for bonfire night, to be fair. So OMG, it's 965 grams. So a good amount of NEC, but it's only 1.4G, remember. It's Cat 3, and performance wise we've got here, what have we got? We've got crackling tail to red stars, crackling tail to green wave, so we've gone from whistles to crackles now. Crackling tail to blue stars, with red, green and yellow tails to blue stars and brocades. Red stars with brocade, green stars and brocade, blue stars and brocade, and then whistling tails to crackling. So a decent amount of variation again. We've got the whistling at the tail end, so I've gone from Dark Angel whistles to crackling, back to whistles again. We don't want to see it to be too samey, to be fair, but we should get away with it. with the display, and that's a straight shot, it's not fanned. But then these last 4 cakes, are they all fans or is one of them not? I think they are all fans. Skyboss doesn't have many in, but we'll start with Warpath. So the plan is to, obviously, we've done the straight shots, now we're going into fan again. And is this the one I wanted to use as a false finale? I think it is. So, Warpath, I'll just get that in shot for you. As it suggests, it's quite punchy, hence the name. It's quite ferocious, to be honest, on the video, from what I've seen. NEC wise though, it's a lot less. It's only 505.6 grams NEC in this, which is interesting compared to, say, OMG, which is absolutely jam-packed. So you know, you've got almost double the amount of NEC in OMG than you have in Warpath. So never be deceived by sort of the size of a cake. It doesn't always work out that way. But this is, like I say, it's 100 shots, it's very punchy, it's quite fast, and it would be ideal to use as a false finale, which is probably what I'm going to do. I might tweak the order a little bit, but I think this is what I'm going to use as a false finale. It's either that or Insane, but I think I'll leave Insane till the last. So it's Cat 3 because it's just over the 500 gram mark. I don't think there is a description on it as what it does. I think it's got a bit of everything, to be fair, and I think it's got spinners in, if I remember rightly. So we're getting a bit more variation. So yeah, that's the idea, is to have this as the false finale, and then we'll go into this one from Skycrafter, which is Skyboss. Now, I think this is a different firework, but I'm sure there used to be a fanned one that looked like a fanned one that was called Skyboss. Whether they've just rebadged it or not, I don't know. But we've gone from this, it's quite slow paced, this, so this is why I want to try and do it in the order that I've suggested. So we'll put Skyboss in, like I say, slower pace. It's different variations of bore size as well. If you look at the video, some of the bursts are huge, because there is, it's a 25 or maybe 30 mil at a push in places. Yeah, it could be 30 mil. It's predominantly straight shot, but there are at least 2 phases of fan in it, but it's quite a plodder. But again, for duration, I don't want fast all the time and it's all over and done with in like 3 minutes, you know. I need something to pad out a display. So there are plenty of plodders on the market. But this one definitely will serve a purpose for the display. So Skycrafter Skyboss, it's 110 shots. So shot count wise, I think it's got the most out of all of these, pretty much, I think. It's Cat 3. It's got a good amount of NEC. We're at 994.6 grams NEC for this piece. And there's a lot to get through on performance. Thankfully the performance is on this one. So let me clear my throat and I'll go through it. So we've got red tails to red and white strobes. So strobe, nice, different effects. Green tails to green and white strobes. Purple tails to purple and white strobes, nice combination. Yellow tails to yellow and white strobes, interesting. Red tails to red coconut and dragon eggs, so we've got some crackle coming in. Green tails to green coconut and dragon eggs. Red tails to time rain, so slightly different type of crackle. And red green tails to time rain, willow and green. So yeah, there's all sorts going on there. Purple tails to time rain, willow and purple. That should be quite nice. Nice to see some purple as well, just break up the display, and we're getting towards the end, so you want a bit of variation. Certainly if they're one of the 30 mils, that would be quite spectacular. Where were we? With blue tails to brocade crowns, followed by a brocade crown mine. So we've got some mine lifts going up as well, so that should look quite nice from a distance. And then red tails to red coconuts and chrysanthemum flower. So again, we've got some more crackling, I think, going on there. But all sorts of different types. And then green tails to green coconuts, chrysanthemum flowers, and then red tails to red, blue, and time rain, before green tails to purple, lemon, nice, and time rain. And then we've got brocade tails to brocade crowns. So yeah, we're getting to the end here now. Trying to ramp it up a bit, and chrysanthemum flowers and gold tails, nice, to chrysanthemums, and dragon eggs to finish. We've got like a double crackle finale. Which, to be fair, if you're firing these, I'm going to try and use the Ignite firing system for this display. So we'll try and get it in a nice order, and also it will sort of, I'll put the times into the app to do it. But obviously, if there's crackle towards the end, I know it's the end, and I know to jack up the next one. So we've got 2 more to go. We've got Hercules, which I had many years ago. I've got a video on my channel for this. I can't remember, back in the day they used to do a 1.3G version and a 1.4G version. I think I had the 1.4G version, to be fair, but I was told the 1.3G was the dogs. But sadly I don't think they do it anymore. So Hercules, God, it's been around for, it's got to be over a decade now, but there's a reason why it sort of lasted the test of time. I think this is one of the first cakes to do a W pattern, and I'll go through it. I've seen this in the flesh before, and that's why it's towards the end of the display as well. I'm pretty sure it starts off as a straight shot, then it goes into a V-shaped firing pattern, so you've got 2 sets either side going off. Then I think it goes to a triple, and then it goes to a W, having like a wiper sort of pattern across. So it's got a bit of everything going on. So it has to be near the end of the display, really. So it's Cat 3. NEC wise, we've got 993.5 grams NEC over 107 shots. So a nice amount of powder per shot ratio there. The brakes are good on this. So it does give you the performance here, so I don't know if it tells you the firing pattern though. And obviously it does say, you've got to make sure, sometimes you'll come across with these, but this side to face towards spectators, so habit would suggest, oh, I'll put it that way. But with this one, you've got to go that way around, basically. If you want to get the fan effect for people to see, so just bear that in mind. Performance-wise, red tail to red stars, purple tail to purple stars, green tail to green glitter. I don't remember it having purple in, but it is a long time ago. Maybe they've tweaked it, I don't know. Red tail to red wave, white tail to white wave, green tail to green wave, blue tail to blue stars, and brocade, whistling tail to crackling. Doesn't tell you the firing pattern, sadly. Worth a look on the video, to be fair. I'll post this up, obviously, as well. And then, the plan for the finale is to go with this. So we're going to go with Insane to end the show. Obviously, as the name suggests, it's going to be a punchy little cake. So, without knocking all these down, I need to turn it round. There we go. It is Cat 3, obviously. NEC wise, so again, smaller cake, but it's only got 580 grams NEC. It's fanned, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it wants to shoot in direction the opposite way, like I said, like the one. And it's got a bit of everything. It's really fast firing. I'm pretty sure this is done in about 30 seconds. So you got about 100 shots going off in a very small amount of time. So in terms of the NEC, you don't really need it. If it's just a melee, you don't really need the NEC because there's stuff going off all over the place. But it's just a good one to finish. Have a look at the video. It's on the Brothers website. That's what I've used. In fact, I think Wayne at Fireworks Shop UK, I think he's done one as well. So if Wayne's using it, it must be good. Oh, and I didn't say where I got these from. Sorry, shout out to Epic Fireworks. This is where these are from. I don't think he's ever stocked these before as well, so it's a bit of a win-win really. So that's where I've got them from anyway. And that's it really in a nutshell. So hopefully I have got it sort of in my head. I know what I'm doing. Hopefully it will pan out to be a good display. I've waffled on for long enough, that's for sure. And excuse the mess, obviously we've got hay bales and stuff here, but I'm at one of my storage locations. So yeah, a bit of a change of scenery in my video. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.